Hey guys, so we just stayed in this incredible 650 square foot treehouse, one of my favorite places that we have stayed in yet, and a place that I could totally see myself living in full time. So let's go check it out. Let's check out the treehouse. All right, so welcome to the treehouse out here at Lazy Lavender. This is by far my favorite house that they have here. I love it so much. The first thing that Megan and I said when we walked in is like, we looked at everything, we tried everything out. This is a very livable space. So this place was designed by the owners, Natalie and Jengis, to be a place that they felt that they could live in full time. Of course, that benefits us as short-term guests because we come in here and we feel the same way about these spaces. Just appreciative that they provided a space that we feel comfortable in, and of course, me and Megan were just astounded that we felt like we could totally live in a place like this. So first and foremost, we have this beautiful kitchen when you walk in on the left-hand side. So a nice L-shaped kitchen. We have a dishwasher. We have this beautiful apron sink with a picture window giving you views of the front of the property. We have this beautiful, I think it's quartz countertop. We have these open shelves over here. Of course, you guys know I'm a big fan of open shelving. Keeps everything looking really clean and not cluttered. We have plenty of countertop space to really take advantage of and be able to cook full meals. Of course, we have this nice full-size range with 5 burners and even an oven down here. So this place is not lacking in anything that you probably find in your homes, your full-time residences. We have a microwave down here, and of course we have this apartment-sized fridge with plenty of space in here. We have a freezer down here, and this is one of a very few apartment-sized fridges that actually have a built-in ice maker. So Natalie and Jengis were telling us how they really felt like all these little elements that they felt that they needed in their full-time home, that they tried really hard to design those into this space. Even though this is built for short-term guests, it's very much designed to feel like a full-time house. We even have this beautiful table right here for 4 people. We have these really cool chairs that I'm a huge fan of. They're built from plywood, but they have this nice print on the front and the back, and I believe those are Jaguars. So in here, if you haven't noticed already, we have this sort of jungle vibe going out throughout the entire treehouse. In that corner up there, we even have a tree branch that was found and reclaimed from the property, and there's this little monkey hanging off of it. Just these little touches throughout the house that are really cute, and of course all of the green accents just kind of give you more of that jungle feel that Natalie and Jengis were going for. Moving on to the living room. So of course, really nice to have this dedicated living space. Even though there's not a wall partition, of course, putting this couch here gives it a bit of separation, and you feel that there is a living space, a dining space. Of course, without that wall partition, you allow for a lot of natural light to flow from these beautiful glass doors into the living space and into the kitchen, and that makes the space feel really big. We have these really cute chairs over here, which was probably my favorite spot to have my morning coffee. And of course, these are actually facing the TV that we have on that side of the living room. So of course we have our smart TV with Netflix, whatever you guys want to watch. But my favorite part was actually the fact that this couch is not facing the TV. I was like, I wonder why it's not on this side. But it wasn't until we sat down and the sun was starting to come down that we realized the intention of not having the couch facing the TV and facing the sunset instead. It wasn't until that time that we realized what a great idea that was to really just emphasize the view, make you want to get out there. Of course, we have this beautiful sliding glass door that gives you a bit of that indoor-outdoor flow and makes the space feel even bigger than it really is. So let's take you up to the bedroom loft and show you what we got up here. So up here we have extra sleeping space for 2 people. I love this sort of circular window cutout that they put in here. It brings in some light from that side. And of course the cedar accent that they added into this roof. It just makes the space feel a little bit different in this area. And then of course we have a little dedicated workspace, giving you views of the surrounding property, keeps the space really bright throughout the day. I'm a big fan of the way that they designed this space with the super high ceilings on this side and no loft or second floor. They could have added a second floor up here and added more square footage to the space, but the fact that they left this open and then put this railing here where light flows from up here down there and vice versa keeps the space feeling really, really large. And of course we're only at about a 650 square foot footprint in this house, if you can believe that. So of course not a tiny house, but definitely in that range that some of you guys may be really interested in kind of feeling more what that space feels like, and a great compromise for those of you that are interested in downsizing, but maybe you're not fully ready to go into that 200, 300 square foot range. Honestly, this 650 square foot really feels like the sweet spot. Megan and I were just super, super impressed with how well designed this space was. And it really feels a lot bigger than it is. You have that extra outdoor living space down there that gives you some extra space to maybe even go work, have some meals outside. Of course, retreat inside when the sun comes down and the weather starts getting a little bit cooler. But I'm a huge fan of this loft space. And of course, if you're not really even interested in having guests over, if you're thinking of this space as a full-time residence, then you could of course repurpose this space for other things. You could even put a Peloton bike here or maybe a yoga mat. Or you could even turn this into a dedicated workspace, office space if you work from home and want to have a little bit more room. I would be very, very intrigued to put a desk there, maybe another one here, and switch up that work view every other day. So let's take you downstairs to the bathroom and the bedroom to finish off this tour. This bathroom is absolutely beautiful. I mean, they really did not cut any corners in here. Seriously knocked this out of the park. So first thing you'll notice is the double vanity when you walk in, these beautiful green cabinets, the same green cabinets that are in the kitchen. We have these in here. Of course, really beautiful quartz countertop, I believe, same exact countertop as the kitchen. We also have a flushing toilet, so you won't have to be dealing with any composting or anything during your stay here. And then on this side, we have this beautiful soaking tub. So you guys can take your baths here. And then my favorite part is the beautiful tile shower. We have this really cool sort of plant print tile in there, and then the green river rocks. And that rain shower head was really, really nice. And love all the gold finishes on the fixtures. And then the star of the show is this beautiful sort of semicircle window over here. That was really interesting. Natalie and Jengis were telling us yesterday that this was actually a last minute design change that they kind of just sprung up on their builder. They had already ordered and installed a rectangular window, but they found this beautiful window and they were like, this would be a great addition to that bathroom. Luckily, the builder was really receptive to that last minute change, and this beautiful corner in the bathroom was born. And then lastly, in that corner of the bathroom, we have these stackable washer and dryer units. Super, super nice that they were able to include that into the floor plan, and definitely much appreciated as a short-term guest. But of course, if you're thinking of this space as a long-term resident, then it's nice to know that you can fit this in this size space. So last but not least, let's go check out the bedroom. All right, so we actually even have a private bedroom downstairs. We have this beautiful wallpaper here. This is probably one of my favorite things in this house, and it may not be for everyone, but I love it. So of course, bringing that jungle vibe into the room was essential. This is definitely a great statement piece. We have a king size bed in here, so plenty of room to spread out. And then most importantly, we actually have a full closet in here. So this closet will hold all of your luggage during your stay here, and we even have some built-in shelving on this side, giving you plenty of space to store your bags, out of sight. So of course, storage is a huge thing in smaller spaces, so I'm really happy that they were able to fit in a normal size closet in a space of this size. And of course, if you're thinking of this particular treehouse as a full-time residence, trying to envision what that would feel like, and you want just a little bit more storage space, there actually is another closet upstairs in that loft that the owners are currently using to store cleaning supplies and things like that for the short-term rental. But that's some extra space that you would be able to utilize for extra storage for things that you want to keep out of sight. And then lastly, here in the bedroom, we have another one of these glass sliding doors that give you access to the beautiful outdoor living space. So out here we have a pretty large outdoor deck. We have this beautiful soaking tub, the same ones that we have in the other cabins, the pink artsy and the smaller cabin. We have these 2 chairs over there overlooking that beautiful view. And we have a nice little like bar top that you can set your wine down or your coffee. We have a table for 4 people, so you can have your meals out here, have some coffee, do some work. And then the highlight of this treehouse by far, we have this staircase over there leading you down to the ground level, which is actually this beautiful outdoor living setup, which is the footprint of the actual treehouse. We have a swinging day bed down there. We have an outdoor living setup. We even have cornhole. We have a fire pit down there and some other lounge chairs. So plenty of little places that you could go and hang out in and lounge in. But I really love that spot, and especially for sunset watching. Hanging out on that day bed was one of our favorite spots, and I think it's gonna be your favorite spot too. All right guys, so that was it. That is the treehouse out here at Lazy Lavender in Wimberley, Texas. We love this place so much. One of the few places that we have stayed in, filmed a tour, and really felt like we could totally live here full time. This place is beautifully designed, really nailing down this floor plan, making it feel very welcoming for a short-term guest, and still providing all of the amenities and larger appliances that you would want to have as a mid-term guest, I guess, a longer stay, short-term guest, like staying for a weekend or even a week-long stay. This place would be very comfortable. There's a lot of flexibility in having just a little bit more space. Of course, you guys know that this is definitely not a tiny house by any means. We are looking at 650 square feet. So I've had a lot of requests from you guys in the community to showcase more homes in that 500 to 800 square foot range. A lot of you are not really able to compromise and downsize to that 150 to 300 square foot tiny house range. And this is really that sweet spot, that compromise between not having too much space, but still feeling like you're not too cramped. Maybe you have kids, maybe you have a baby, or maybe you have pets and you just want them to have a little bit more space. Maybe you want to have a large outdoor space like this on this deck up here, as well as that amazing ground level outdoor living space down there. This place really has it all. And if you're looking for something in that sweet spot, of course, as a short-term rental, this place completely knocks it out of the park for a really great experience. When Megan and I go and look at places, we're always asking the question, could we envision living in a space like this full time? And this place checked almost every single one of our boxes. Highly recommend coming and checking this place out. I will leave the links to the Airbnbs in the description below. That is it, guys. If you enjoyed that tour, as always, I would greatly appreciate it if you left this video a thumbs up and considered subscribing to the channel so that we can continue filming these tours for all of you guys, as well as connecting you with other tiny house creators in this space. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weeks, and I will see you in the next one.